Hello there, this is David Rao from Join Up Dots, and this is the Podcaster's Mastery module on Ifttt. If this, then that. Now, this is a web-based service that allows users to create chains of simple conditional statements called recipes. Now, that might sound like a big statement, but quite simply, what it means is that you can almost get the internet to work for you. So, dependent on what triggers you set up, what things you tell it to do, it will then go and do it. So it's brilliant. So you can actually link it to things like Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, Craigslist, and you set up recipes. Now, an example recipe might consist of sending an email message if the Ifttt user tweets using a certain hashtag, or if the user is tagged by someone on Facebook, then that photo will be added to the user's cloud-based photo archive. So you can literally get the internet, as I say, working for yourself. Now, if it seems complicated when you first get over here, then don't worry. It takes a little bit of time to sort of play around with it, but it's very, very good. So as it says, put the internet to work for you. So you go over to ifttt.com, if this then that.com, and you sign up. Now, I've already done that, so I'm just going to sign in. I'm not going to teach you how to sign up, but it's very easy. And this is my dashboard. So along here, it's got all the things that I've advised it to do. So if a certain thing happens in a category of motivation, then it's going to add it over to a Google Drive document, a spreadsheet. So I've created some triggers that will help me create content for my podcast. Now, I know people that use this really, really well for if they're doing, say, movie-based podcasts and they want certain information to be stored on here. They can ask Google Alerts to look for stuff. And I know the gentleman who does the Indiana Jones podcast will say, whenever Indiana Jones is mentioned on the internet, please save the information onto a spreadsheet for us. And then at the end of each week, he comes along and he's literally got his content created. It's all written for him. So I've got certain things like, if new article from category positive, then add. So I can go over there and I can have a look at that. And you can see I've clicked on it and it's telling me the recipe title and then the triggers that I've set up. So the category is positive and I want to link it to the spreadsheet name and how I want that all to be created. Now, this might sound complicated, so what I would recommend is, first of all, just start looking for recipes that other people have created for you, which you might think would be quite useful to do your podcast. So if you go over, first of all, and you browse, along here are all the most popular triggers that have been set up. So, for example, if a certain time occurs, then post onto Facebook, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Turn mobile data on, turn Wi-Fi off, silence your phone for school. And people are creating these recipes all the time. Mute phone at work. It's unbelievable what this thing can do, really. So you can go down and you can look at trending recipes. You can look at doing recipes. So there we go. Let's go down on here. What's the featured ones? Track your work hours. Quickly create events in Google Calendar. Turn on or off your lights with a tap. Unbelievable. Text me my location so I can send it to friends. Save short notes on the fly. Get yourself. You can see there's just tons and tons and tons of it. Add a note to Evernote, and it's all done automatically. And you literally can just go along and find things that you want to set up. Now, it took me a few days of playing around with it, but once you get it set up, it literally dominates your life. It's once I keep on saying it because it does. It literally blows my mind, this. So if an RSS feed does something, then post it to Twitter. Now, that's going to be very, very useful for your show. So if you want to get your show to be sent over to Twitter every time it's released first thing in the morning or whatever, then you can set up a recipe here. and then all you need to do is activate it, and you tell it what you want to do. So I'm going to activate this, and as you see, it's going to say what Twitter account do you want this link to. So I'm just going to authorize the app there, and it's done. So when my feed is triggered, so I would go over to Libsyn, copy a feed and put it into there. Then I would actually put a title and the feed to the podcast on there, and I just click add recipe, and then every morning that is done automatically for me. So just go over there, play around with it. Once again, you can go over to channels and you can look at all the kind of things that it can do. It can create Bitly. Now buffer, now this is a good one. So if you go there to keep your content stocked up for your social media, you can have it find stuff and then post it automatically for you onto whatever social media account you want. So that is very, very useful. So this is if this then that. Ifttt, incredibly useful. Takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you actually have programmed it, you can just literally walk away and it will do stuff for you. Blows my mind.